Let us travel back in time, not just a few centuries, but millions of years. Our destination is the Pliocene epoch, a world that existed nearly 3 million years ago. Today is the 19th of November, 2025, but there, the air is different. The land is wilder and the stars in the night sky are subtly shifted. This ancient Earth is a vast canvas of green savannas, dense woodlands and winding rivers. It is a world ruled by powerful forces of nature. Giant beasts roam freely across these endless plains. And here, in this magnificent and perilous landscape, a new story is just beginning. It is the story of our own distant ancestors. Among the creatures of this era, one group is starting to walk a different path. They are not the strongest nor the fastest. They are Homo habilis, the handyman. These early humans are small in stature, with long arms that still speak of a life spent among the trees. Yet they possess a remarkable gift. Within their minds, a new kind of intelligence is stirring. This intelligence guides their hands, allowing them to shape the world around them in a way no creature has before. They are pioneers, learning to survive through cooperation, ingenuity, and the revolutionary power of the first simple tools. The world they inhabit is one of constant challenge. The sun beats down with an unforgiving intensity during the day, and the nights are filled with the calls of unseen predators. Dangers lurk behind every rock and in the shadows of every thicket. Giant hyenas, saber-toothed cats, and enormous crocodiles are the true kings of this land. For Homo habilis, survival is not a given, it is a daily struggle. Every sunrise brings with it the urgent need to find food, to find water, and to keep the young and the old safe from harm. Their existence is a delicate dance between opportunity and mortal peril. And so, our story begins here, on the sun-drenched plains of what will one day be called Africa. We focus on a small clan, a family bound together by necessity and kinship. They are a testament to the resilience of life. They live in a world that is both a bountiful garden and a deadly arena. Their lives are a continuous cycle of searching, finding, and surviving. They do not know it, but every choice they make, every challenge they overcome is a small but vital step in the long, incredible journey of humankind. We are about to witness a moment that will test their courage and their cleverness to the absolute limit. As the first light of dawn spills across the horizon, the clan begins to stir. They have spent the night huddled together for warmth and safety in a grove of dense, thorny acacia trees. This is their temporary sanctuary, a place where the great predators of the night are less likely to venture. The air is cool and carries the scent of damp earth and distant blossoms. An elder, his face a map of many dry seasons, rises first. He scans the open plains, his eyes searching for any sign of danger. His name, in the simple grunts and gestures of his people, might mean Old Stone. The others follow his lead, their movements quiet and cautious. The children are the first to show real energy. They chase insects buzzing in the morning air and playfully tumble over one another near the safety of the adults. Their laughter is a series of short, sharp yelps, a sound of pure, uncomplicated life. A young female, whom we might call River Reed, comforts her small infant, holding it close to her chest. She watches the older children with a protective gaze, ready to pull them back at the slightest hint of trouble. The clan is a small unit of perhaps 15 individuals, a mix of elders, strong adults, and the very young. Their survival depends entirely on each other. Their morning meal is a simple affair. It consists of what they gathered the day before, tough roots dug from the ground, a handful of berries, and perhaps the remains of a small lizard. There is no fire to cook their food. The mastery of flames is a discovery for a much later time. They eat quickly, sharing what little they have. Their communication is a complex language of gestures, facial expressions, and a range of vocal sounds, grunts, clicks, and calls. A specific gesture might mean water, a sharp cry could signal danger, and a soft sound might be a call for "come here." Every interaction reinforces the bonds that hold their small society together. Once they have eaten, the day's true work begins. The clan must move. They cannot stay in one place for too long, as they would quickly exhaust the local supply of edible plants and attract unwanted attention from predators. Old Stone points towards a distant line of trees, indicating the direction of their journey. They will follow the winding path of a dry riverbed, where water might still be found by digging in the sand. Every member has a role. The stronger adults take the lead and guard the flanks, while the females and elders carry the young and the precious stone tools. Their journey across the vast open landscape has begun. As the sun climbs higher, the clan finds a suitable spot to rest and work. They have found a rocky outcrop, a place littered with hard, smooth river stones. This is their workshop. Here the handyman truly lives up to his name. An adult male, let's call him Sharp Edge, selects a large, flat stone as an anvil. He then picks up a smaller, rounded cobblestone made of hard volcanic rock. With practiced precision, he strikes the edge of the cobblestone with another rock, his hammerstone. The sound is sharp and clear, a rhythmic clack, clack, clack that echoes in the quiet air. This is the sound of creation. With each controlled strike, a flake of stone chips off, revealing a sharp, cutting edge. This is not random smashing. It is a deliberate and skillful process passed down through generations. Sharp Edge turns the core stone in his hand, examining his work with intense focus. He strikes it again and again, shaping it into what we now call an Oldowan chopper. This simple tool, a rock with a few flakes removed to make a jagged edge, is a revolutionary piece of technology. It is an extension of their hands, a key that unlocks new sources of food and a new way of life. These tools have many purposes. With the sharp edge of a flake, River Reed can slice through the tough skin of a plant tuber that would otherwise be impossible to eat. She can cut reeds to make a soft place for her infant to lie. Old Stone uses a heavier chopper to break open large, nutrient-rich nuts that are too hard for their teeth to crack. The most important use, however, is for scavenging. A stone chopper allows them to quickly slice through the thick hide of a dead animal and cut away pieces of meat before other, more powerful scavengers like hyenas arrive on the scene. While Sharp Edge makes new tools, others in the clan are busy maintaining the old ones. A young male practices the technique on a softer stone, his clumsy attempts guided by the patient gestures of an elder. The children watch intently, absorbing every detail. This is their school. They are learning the single most important skill for their survival. The creation of these simple stone implements is more than just a task. It is a central part of their culture. It is the knowledge that binds them together and gives them a crucial advantage in a world filled with creatures much larger and stronger than they are. The afternoon sun is at its peak, casting a hazy, shimmering heat over the savannah. The air is thick and still. Most animals are resting in the shade, and a deep quiet has fallen over the land. The clan is gathered near a cluster of fig trees, enjoying the fruits and the relative safety of the branches. The younger members are dozing, while the adults keep a lazy but watchful eye on their surroundings. It is a moment of peace, a rare and precious pause in their constant search for sustenance. The only sounds are the gentle rustle of leaves and the buzz of insects. Suddenly, Old Stone lifts his head. His ears, honed by a lifetime of listening to the subtle language of the wild, have detected something new. It is a low, deep vibration, less a sound and more a feeling that travels through the ground itself. He places a hand on the earth, his brow furrowed in concentration. It is not the familiar footfall of a lone rhinoceros or the heavy tread of a herd of elephants. This is different. It is a continuous, deep rumble, like faraway thunder, but the sky is perfectly clear and blue. He gets to his feet and lets out a low grunt, a signal for quiet attention. The other adults fall silent, their rest immediately forgotten. They turn their heads, trying to pinpoint the source of the strange disturbance. The sound grows steadily louder, a relentless, rhythmic drumming that seems to make the very air tremble. River Reed instinctively pulls her infant closer, her eyes wide with apprehension. Fear is a constant companion in their lives, but this is the fear of the unknown. Their collective experience holds no reference for this sensation. It is not the roar of a predator or the sound of a storm. It is something entirely new, something immense and powerful. The rumbling is now a deafening roar, and the ground beneath their feet is visibly vibrating. Dust begins to rise in a great cloud on the distant horizon. The clan members look at each other, their faces a mixture of fear and confusion. Their instinct is to flee, to climb higher into the trees, or to run for the cover of the rocky outcrops. But where should they go? The source of the sound seems to be everywhere at once, a colossal presence moving towards them across the open plain. Their peaceful afternoon has been shattered, and a primal terror begins to take hold. They are small, vulnerable, and directly in the path of the approaching mystery. From the cloud of dust on the horizon, shapes begin to emerge. At first, they are just dark, moving masses, indistinct in the heat haze, but as they draw closer, their form becomes terrifyingly clear. These are not elephants or rhinos. They are bison, but on a scale the clan has never witnessed before. They are giants, titans of the Pliocene. These are the ancestors of modern bison, creatures like Bison latifrons, colossal herbivores with horns that stretch more than 2 meters from tip to tip. Each one is a mountain of muscle and shaggy fur, moving with an unstoppable momentum. The sight is, honestly, overwhelming. A great herd of these magnificent beasts is thundering across the plains, their hooves churning the earth into a storm of dust. The sound is now a physical force, a continuous wall of noise that batters the senses. The lead bull is a truly monstrous creature, its head held high, its massive horns like a deadly crown. Its dark eyes seem to burn with a wild, ancient energy. The sheer size and power of the animals are beyond anything the clan could have imagined. They are like beings from a different world, a living embodiment of the raw, untamable power of nature. The clan is frozen in place, paralyzed by awe and terror. They are standing near the edge of the fig grove, caught between the safety of the trees and the open plain. The bison are not charging at them. The herd is simply moving, migrating across the landscape on a path that just happens to intersect with the clan's resting spot. To these giants, the small group of early humans is nothing more than a minor obstacle, as insignificant as a termite mound or a small bush. But to be in the path of such a force is to be in mortal danger. A single stampeding animal could crush them without even noticing. Sharp Edge grips his stone chopper, but he knows it is useless. The simple tool, so effective against a nut or a small carcass, is a mere pebble against these living mountains. The clan's greatest assets, their intelligence and their tools, are rendered meaningless in the face of such overwhelming physical power. Their survival now depends only on instinct and speed. The moment of stunned silence is broken by a sharp cry from Old Stone. It is the alarm call, the signal for immediate flight. The spell is broken, and a wave of pure panic washes over the small group of hominins. Panic erupts. The clan scatters in a frantic burst of motion. Old Stone shoves the younger members towards the largest and sturdiest of the fig trees, his guttural shouts cutting through the thunder of hooves. There is no time for organized retreat, only a desperate scramble for survival. The ground shakes so violently that it is difficult to run. Small children stumble and cry out, their parents scooping them up without breaking stride. The air is choked with dust, making it hard to see and breathe. The smell of the bison, a strong, musky scent of earth and animal, is overpowering. River Reed clutches her infant to her chest with one arm, using the other to help her climb. Her long arms and strong fingers, legacies of an arboreal ancestry, serve her well. She finds purchase on the rough bark of the fig tree and pulls herself upward, her heart hammering against her ribs. Below her, the herd is now sweeping past. The noise is indescribable, a chaotic symphony of pounding hooves, heavy breathing, and the low grunts of the colossal animals. The world has become a blur of brown fur, flashing horns and swirling red dust. It is a living, breathing earthquake. Not everyone is so lucky. A young male, momentarily disoriented by the dust and noise, hesitates for a fatal second. He turns the wrong way, running out from the relative cover of the trees. He is caught in the open as the edge of the herd sweeps by. He is not trampled by the main body of the stampede, but is clipped by the shoulder of a running female. The glancing blow sends him tumbling through the air like a broken doll. He lands hard and lies still, a small, broken shape quickly lost in the dust and confusion. The clan, watching from the safety of the branches, can only look on in helpless horror. The main body of the herd takes what feels like an eternity to pass. From their perch in the high branches, the clan watches the endless river of shaggy backs and immense horns flow beneath them. The tree shudders each time a bison brushes against its trunk. The sheer number of the animals is staggering, hundreds, perhaps thousands of them moving as one great entity across the landscape. For the small family of Homo habilis, it is a terrifying lesson in their own fragility. They are intelligent, they are tool makers, but in this moment they are utterly powerless, just small creatures clinging to a branch as a force of nature reshapes the world around them. Slowly, the thunder begins to subside. The tail end of the great herd passes, and the river of Bison becomes a trickle, then disappears into another cloud of dust on the far side of the plain. The deafening roar fades back into a distant rumble, and then, finally, into silence. The only sounds are the ringing in their ears and the frightened whimpers of the children. The dust begins to settle, revealing a transformed landscape. The grass has been flattened into a wide, muddy track. Small bushes are crushed, and the air is still heavy with the musky scent of the giants. The clan remains in the high branches of the fig tree, their fragile haven. They are trembling, their bodies still coursing with adrenaline. River Reed holds her infant so tightly that it begins to cry, and she forces herself to loosen her grip, murmuring soft, comforting sounds. Old Stone slowly and carefully climbs down to a lower branch, his eyes scanning the clearing below. He looks for signs of predators that might have been drawn by the commotion. He also looks for the young male who fell. He sees the body lying still and broken on the churned-up earth. A low sound of grief escapes his lips. The loss is a heavy blow. In a small group like theirs, every individual is precious. The death of a strong young male is a loss of a future hunter, a protector, and a vital part of their community. The other clan members see where Old Stone is looking, and a shared sadness settles over them. There is no grand ceremony, only a quiet, communal understanding of the tragedy. They will have to leave him behind. To venture down onto the open ground now would be too dangerous. The scent of blood would soon attract saber-toothed cats or a pack of giant hyenas. Their survival depends on making such hard, pragmatic choices. They will wait in the tree until nightfall, and perhaps even through the night. The tree, which was once just a source of food, has become their fortress. From this vantage point, they can see for miles across the savannah. They watch the sun begin its descent, painting the sky in shades of orange and purple. The world seems peaceful again, but they know it is a deception. They have witnessed a power far greater than their own. The experience has shaken them to their core, but it has also taught them something. It has taught them about the new dangers and the new opportunities that this ever-changing world holds. As the hours pass in the safety of their treetop refuge, the clan's terror slowly gives way to a different emotion, curiosity. From their high perch, they can still see the giant bison herd grazing peacefully in the distance. They are no longer a terrifying, stampeding force, but a community of animals, much like their own. The clan watches them with intense focus. They see the young bison calves staying close to their mothers. They see the large bulls standing guard on the edges of the herd, watching for predators. They observe how the bison use their massive horns to dig for roots or to spar playfully with one another. This act of observation is a profoundly human trait. It is the beginning of understanding. Sharp Edge notes how the herd moves, how it responds to the wind, and how it gathers around a water source. He is not just seeing a threat, he is seeing a potential resource. He sees an animal so large that a single one could feed his clan for many weeks. The idea is revolutionary and also seemingly impossible. How could they, with their small bodies and simple stone choppers, ever hope to bring down such a titan? The thought is both tantalizing and absurd, but Old Stone sees something else. He watches a pack of hyenas shadowing the herd, waiting for an opportunity. The hyenas are large and powerful, but even they do not dare to attack a healthy adult bison. They wait patiently for one that is old, sick or injured. They wait for one to get separated from the protection of the herd. This is a lesson. The clan does not have to hunt the bison. They can follow them, just as the hyenas do. They can wait for nature to take its course. They can wait for one of the giants to fall. This new knowledge changes everything. The bison are no longer just a random, terrifying event. They are now a part of the clan's mental map of the world, a new and enormous feature of their environment. They represent both immense danger and incredible opportunity. The tragedy of losing one of their own is not forgotten, but it is now woven into a new tapestry of understanding. They have learned that they must be more aware, that they must listen more closely to the vibrations of the earth, and they have learned that the largest creatures on the plain might, one day, provide the greatest rewards. Their survival depends on this ability to learn, to adapt, and to turn a terrifying encounter into a valuable lesson. As darkness finally falls, the clan remains huddled in the tree, the stars emerging in the clear sky above. The encounter is over, but it has left an indelible mark on their collective consciousness. This day, which began like any other, became a pivotal moment of terror, loss, and revelation. The story of the Great Stampede will be told and retold through gestures and grunts becoming a part of their oral tradition, a cautionary tale for generations to come. It is a story about the raw power of nature and the importance of awareness, caution, and the safety of high places. This tale, though imagined, is rooted in the reality of our deep past. For early humans like Homo habilis, the world was a place of constant discovery and immense danger. Their survival was never guaranteed. They navigated a landscape filled with megafauna, creatures so large and powerful they are difficult for us to comprehend today. Their existence was a testament to the power of cooperation and ingenuity. They survived not because they were the strongest, but because they were the most adaptable. They used their growing intelligence to observe, learn, and turn challenges into opportunities. The tools they made, the simple Oldowan choppers, were the first chapter in the long story of human technology. These stones were not just implements for butchering a carcass. They were the physical manifestation of a new way of thinking. They represented the ability to plan, to solve problems, and to shape the environment to suit their needs. The journey from that first stone tool to the complex world we inhabit today on the 19th of November, 2025, is a direct line. Every smartphone, every skyscraper, every satellite has its distant ancestor in the hands of a hominin chipping away at a river cobblestone. And so, when we look back at this prehistoric showdown, we see more than just a story of survival. We see the very essence of the human spirit. We see the resilience to endure loss, the curiosity to understand the unknown, and the ingenuity to overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles. The small clan, clinging to their tree as a world of giants thundered past, reminds us of our own fragile place in the natural world. They teach us that our greatest strength has always been our ability to work together, to learn from our experiences, and to look at a changing world with watchful, intelligent eyes. Their echo survives in us.